I think it would be a big help for Bennington if the manufacturing industry was represented on the select board.
Right.
I think we've actually skirted a huge amount of the economic slide of the last few years. The country's coming back. Vermont's unemployment rate is at 5.1. You've got a lot of we're nationally down to 8.3 again, best numbers since 2007 again. So things are looking good. Yet you talk to people and you'd think that the world was crashing in around. And I understand it's an election year, and nobody who's running for office wants anybody to think that things are good, so that the guys in office don't get any credit. But Bennington skirted a lot of that. Now, individual sectors, people, definitely were hurt. I mean, I know people have been out of work since Bennington Iron Works closed, and I know a guy that works at Home Depot that has managed manufacturing on several plants in his shop, and and it'd be great if there was a position for him. He's a great guy. But on the whole, and he's also probably one of the most positive people I know, and that's why he's been successful. On the whole, we've gotten away with a lot because we don't have such a volatile economy here. We are pretty, self-sufficient business-wise, and if you support your downtown and if you support your neighbors' businesses, and you get your things locally, the same dollar bills change hands. You can get through a lot of wavy times.
Right.
And I think it's it's the town leader's job to let people know that. And I've heard statements, like I said, from town leaders that I don't think they understand it sometimes. Right now we're at a point where there's an economic development task force that has been trying to coordinate all of these business, these organizations, the town, BBC, the BCIC, the Chamber of Commerce, all these organizations, BCRC, all these people whose jobs it is to keep the economy on a straight track, to keep town planning on a straight track and all that. And this is an effort to coordinate all that. We need people in positions that understand what's going on with that. When those conversations come up, know who the players are, know who they're talking about, and understand the perspective of where Bennington is in the region. I think Bennington underplays its hand a lot. I do a lot of business within an hour radius of here, and those people, some of them know Bennington, some of them don't. I'm working in Bennington and I'm selling product in their town. There's no reason why they couldn't be buying product, coming up here and doing things. I talk to community development directors in other towns. They love Bennington. They bring their families here to shop. They bring their family here to visit. And I don't think we recognize that as much. There's some huge expansion going on within 20 minutes of here that most people in town aren't even aware of. They don't. The Clark Art Institute has like a $200 million expansion going on right now. That's going to be a year-round facility that rivals any art museum on the planet. That's a huge opportunity for Bennington. They're a member of the Chamber of Commerce here. They recognize it. Right. Bennington needs to recognize that. There's a lot of great stuff going on around. I think the economic development issue is the main focus right now.